Let us say I tell you that you're required to write your name three times. So what you will say is you will say output, and whatever is your name, let's say your name is Raj, you will say Raj. Then I again say three times. So you will say output Raj. This is the second time. Then you will again write output Raj. This is for the third time. But let's say I tell you you have to write your name 1 million times. Obviously, this way of writing your name is not a great idea because you're going to get exhausted. Computers provide a very easy approach to solve such a problem through something known as logic, which helps you repeat some activity again and again. It is also known as iteration or also known as looping. Let me tell you what is looping, repetition, or iteration. So, what I will do is I'll keep one memory location. Let me call it I. Okay, and I will give it the initial value, let us say 0. Okay, just giving an example. Now what I am doing is I am going to on the output print your name Raj. Okay, so here is I, initially it's 0. First time, let's say I print Raj. Okay, I am going to make it 1. Second time when I am going to print Raj, I am going to make it 2. Third time when I am going to print Raj, I am going to increase 2 by 1. I am going to make it 3. This tells me I have printed my name Raj, Raj, Raj 3 number of times. Now let's try to create a small piece of logic around this where a name can be printed endlessly. So what I'll say is repeat. Okay, I'll put the condition something here. Let's leave it as it is. I'll say repeat print Raj. Okay. After I print Raj, I keep doing this again and again. The only problem with this repeat print Raj is it is going to keep printing Raj forever. It doesn't stop. So what I can do is I can put a condition. What I can say is print Raj as long as the value of I is less than 3. So what I do is after I print Raj, the next statement what I do is I say I is I plus 1. Okay. So now I connect it here instead of here. Now see what happens. The first time Raj is printed, I was 0. Now I became 1. Okay. After it prints Raj, now I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 3? The condition is still true. That means 1 is still less than 3. Next time I print Raj again, I becomes from 1. I's old value was 1. 1 plus 1 is I becomes now 2. Is 2 less than 3? Absolutely. So I come in here. I again print Raj. I print Raj for the third time. I was 2. From 2 now I increased by 1. I became 3. Since I have printed Raj 3 times, if I go back and see here, 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3. So this particular condition becomes false and I come out and I execute whatever are the next statements here. So here if you have seen, if I instead of 3, if I make it 30, it will print Raj 30 times. If I make it 300, it will print Raj 300 times. So just by controlling this condition, I am able to see this particular activity done that many number of times. So this is known as the logic for for looping or repetition. In looping or repetition or iteration, it allows you to do this printing of Raj as many number of times as you decide here. Since I is 0, if it is 300, it will print Raj 300 times. If this condition is made 3000, it will print Raj 3000. Now the beauty you are seeing is this printing is being done 3000 times without you putting much effort, just by putting it in a loop or repetition. Let's try to now solve a problem to print numbers from 1 to n using this repetition logic. So in order to print numbers from 1 to n, the logic to print it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way till n, this is known as the natural numbers from 1 to n. So in order to print numbers from 1 to n, I know the beginning number is 1. But do I know the end number? I do not know this end number. So I am going to ask the user, please provide me what is this end number. Let us say the user says this end number is 10. Then I am going to print 1, 2, 3 all the way till 10. If he says 10,000, I am going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way till 10,000. So this n is nothing but it tells me the last number or the end point number I am going to print. So let's take a look at this particular algorithm, the first algorithm which helps us solve a particular problem through the technique of iteration, looping or repetition. There are only three ways you can solve a problem. One is simple sequential statements like area of a circle, area of a triangle and so on. Or second way is where you take decisions like if else if else and so on. And last way of solving a problem using computers is trying to do something again and again. So any problem is solved using only these three particular approaches. So let's say what is the first step. As usual, you have the start. In order to print from numbers from 1 to n, what do I need? I need to know this endpoint, which I call it n. N tells me what is the last natural number I should be printing. So read the last number or what is the last natural number. Input n. N is nothing but the end point or the last natural number. Next, what I am going to say, starting from 1, keep printing one number at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way till you reach n. So what I am saying, generate the numbers or print numbers one by one all the way till n. So for that, in algorithms, we use two different constructs or statements. The first statement or construct is the repeat for. So wherever you see this repeat for, what is going to happen is it is going to execute whatever is after this repeat for and before this end of for loop. Whatever number of statements are here, it is going to execute multiple times. That means it's going to keep repeating the logic again and again. So what this repeat for is doing is starting from the value of I equal to 1 till it reaches n, it's going to output I. It needs a little bit of explanation. Let me show it for you. Initially, I am starting with I's value as 1. Okay, it's saying repeat for I starts from 1 till it I reaches the value n. So what is the value of n? Let's say we enter the value of n as 5. So n is 5. Alright, so n is 5. Keep track of it here. So I is 1. Is it equal to 5? Not yet. So I am going to print I. I am going to print 1 here. Okay. Now, after it prints 1, I will be increased by 1 automatically for us. So I becomes 2. So next time, again I am outputting I. So the value 2 is output. I go back here. This repeat for means this block is executed till the value of I reaches n. As long as I is not equal to 5, it's going to keep printing. It will then print 3. 3 to 5. Now you come back here. Now I after printing 3 becomes 4. Okay, it becomes 4. So when I output I here, it becomes 4. Now is 4 equal to 5? Not yet. So it will come here. It will increase. It will print 5 here. Okay, and I also here becomes 5. Now when I becomes 5 in both the places, then what happens is it has finished increasing the value of I from 1 to 5. So the moral of the story here is you can think of this as take the value of I starting from 1, print the value of I, make it 2, print the value of 2, make it 3, print 3, make it 4, print 4, make it 5, print 5. After you print 5, I has started with the value from 1 and reached 5. So I should not be going, it becomes 6. So 6 is greater than 5. I should no longer be repeating this activity. Then I come here and I do an end of the algorithm or I do an exit or a halt. So the moral of the story in this particular algorithm is I am trying to repeat a particular set of statements. This can be 0 or more instructions or statements like this n number of times. So starting from the value of I equal to 1 till it reaches 5. keep printing the value of I. So this statement is known as the repeat for. As we keep doing more problems, you will understand it better. But the whole idea is keep generating numbers in a sequence as long as the value of I is less than or equal to 5. The minute I becomes 6, you come out of this and you halt.